Book authors are striking back against AI as thousands of authors publish empty quote-unquote books in protest over AI using their work. Let's get into it. About 10,000 writers, including Kazuo Ishiguro, Philippa Gregory, and Richard Osman, joined the copyright campaign. And as you can see, there's a book here called Don't Steal This Book. Thousands of authors, including these ones I just brought up, are protesting against AI firms using their work without their permission. The organizer of the book, Ed Newton Rex, a composer and campaigner for protecting artists' copyright, said the AI industry was built on stolen work, taken without permission or payment. Because, it is. He added, this is not a victimless crime. Generative AI competes with the people whose work it trained on, robbing them of their livelihoods. The government must protect the UK's creatives and refuse to legalize the theft of creative work by AI companies. It is not in any way unreasonable to expect AI companies to pay for their use of authors' books. The book's back cover says, the United Kingdom government must not legalize book theft to benefit AI companies. Publishers will also launch an AI licensing initiative at the London Book Fair. An AI licensing initiative. Publishers' Licensing Services, a non-profit industry body, is setting up a collective licensing scheme and has invited the sector to sign up to it in expectation it will give legal access to published works. There's a whole mess going down in the United Kingdom that I didn't even know about, and I'm glad I found out about this. AI requires vast amounts of data, including copyright-protected work taken from the open web, to develop tools such as chatbots and image generators. This much is very true. This has caused consternation amongst creative professionals and companies worldwide, triggering lawsuits on both sides of the Atlantic. The British artists have responded with outrage at the main government proposal in the consultation. It proposes letting AI firms use copyright-protected work without the owner's permission, unless the owner has signaled they want to opt out of the process. But that's so vague. Like, how are you going to signal that you don't want to be involved with this? That is extremely vague, and that sounds like something that can very easily have some form of contractual workaround. Elton John is among the artists to have protested over the prospect of a relaxation in copyright law, calling the government absolute losers. That's an interesting way to call a government body. Yeah, he's a real piece. Yeah, Elton John, he's a real piece of work. He said some dumb, you guys don't know this, but he said some dumb shit about, geek culture as a whole. You don't want to pay attention to anything that guy says. But anyway, copyright in the United Kingdom is going through a tumultuous period right now, it seems. I'm American. How would I know about this? But yeah, I'm glad I figured out. I'm glad I learned about this. This is very interesting. As well as the main government proposal, ministers have suggested 3 further options: to leave the situation unchanged, to require AI companies to seek licenses for using copyrighted work, or allow AI firms to use copyrighted work with no opt-out for creative companies and individuals. And here's the deal. I am convinced that the reason why no copyrights have really been... I'm convinced that the reason why government bodies haven't really been caring about AI straight up breaking the basic foundations of copyright in order to improve their programs, I think the reason why is because... Well, okay, boys, technological advancement in the field of AI is basically planet Earth's new arms race. And the government, pretty much all governments, do not want to be slowed down by any form of copyright protection. You know what I mean? So what I know for a fact is that the government knows it's a problem, they just don't give a shit. But it's very easy to jump to the assumption that the only reason why they're not doing anything about it is because right now it benefits them at this current moment. The AI arms race is still going, it's not going to stop anytime soon, and if America, the United Kingdom, or any of these countries take the time to slow down and try to put guardrails on their racehorse, then that's just going to slow them down, and they don't want anyone else to be ahead aside from themselves. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts. What are you guys's? This is a very interesting situation, so I really do want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. And don't forget to maybe drop a like and a subscribe if you're entertained. That's going to be all for this video, boys. This is Blacklight Jack signing out. You guys have a good one.